Hey everyone, this is Cliff, and I'm here to remind you how great the Superman cartoon was in the 90s. Yeah, everyone loved Batman the Animated Series, but this was very good as well. This is Superman Adventures Volume 1. Based on the Superman universe set up by the 90s cartoon, this series creates new stories in said universe. This version of Superman was one of the most approachable versions of the character and is often overshadowed by a Batman cartoon of the same era. What not enough people remember is that many of the same people worked on the Superman animated series. If you never watched the cartoon, then you're in for a treat. So the writer, with the exception of the first issue, which was written by showrunner Paul Dini, the other 9 issues in this volume were written by Scott McCloud. Dini's issue 1 sets up the universe if you haven't watched the show before in an approachable way. The fun really starts when McCloud takes over. For anyone not familiar with Scott McCloud, he has written what is considered to be the golden rule of how-to books as far as setting up comic panels called Understanding Comics. His magic is on full display, and while I'm sure Rick Burchett had some say, you can tell that McCloud set up several panels. I purchased this book out of a fandom without realizing McCloud was involved. I ended up overjoyed with the extended Superman universe he created. While it is perhaps easier to follow rewatching the series, it is not a necessity. Issues feel like episodes that would have existed after specific events on the show. Memories of the animated series flood back, and it's a real treat. I give it an A+. The artist, who is Rick Burchett, he's clearly made the characters feel visually appealing as they had appeared on the TV while maintaining his own touches. He uses angles and his scale is impressive. He had particular fun with issue 7 involving shrinking and enlarging evil Kryptonians. All of the characters look as impressive as they did on the show, and the actions of both the good and bad guys feels correct. Brett Blevins and Mike Manley deserve similar praises. Blevins did a wonderful job on effects involving live wire, and Manley showed the average family's perspective in a unique Lex Luthor story. That gets an A. The inker is Terry Austin. They do a good job on the title. It would be easy to fall into a trap of simply adding thick lines and aping the animated style. Animation and comics, while similar, should be treated slightly different as far as technique. Austin understood this as he adds the thick lines while using small ultra-detailed lines. The details added into the background in particular are on top. So, that's an A. The colorist is Marie Severin. She was asked to use a bright color palette similar to that of the cartoon. This is a great idea, of course. Severin is able to choose colors that help define area better, especially in the background. When the foreground is nothing but bright reds and blues, it's nice to show how drab walls, boxes, and buildings can be. Knowing when to brighten the scene and when not is an art in and of itself. So she gets an A. The cover is a wraparound cover that displays many of Superman's foes attacking him all at once. While I like the idea, the actual main cover is mostly Superman being shot at. I feel adding more characters to the actual front would make the reader realize that this is an animated series version, especially characters like Metallo and Livewire that have a more unique look on the cartoon. So that's a C+. Hey guys, I've been Cliff for Capes and Scowls, and I can be found on Twitter at HyperHippo. You can find us online for more content at capesandscowlspodcast.com, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube videos. There's a lot of fun stuff on there, so enjoy it, and I'll be back with another trade review in the future. Thanks for checking us out, guys. Have a good night.